selection. We just updated the tunes this afternoon, and I'm glad that you liked it. You had a few new dance steps, I bet. It'll be fun to watch tomorrow and see what your reaction is for each of the songs. I'm glad you liked it. I am Mary Gunn of Mary Gunn Fun, your intrepid host of Craft Roulette, and this is Craft Roulette. Welcome back for the Wendy's friends, and welcome Katharina's friends. We are glad that you are here joining us tonight. What is Craft Roulette? Of course, you want to know that. Everybody wants to know that, so cue Cordelia. And it is the ultimate paper crafting card making game show challenge, and we are live almost every Friday evening, leaving a seat right here for you. We really, really do appreciate it when you spend the evening with us, or the morning, or whenever you watch us. We just like our crafty friends. We like you. I mean, honestly, let's get real. We do have a fun show tonight. If you did enjoy that music and enjoyed those slides, what do you think? You nailed it. Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. That was one of the parameters. 403, we broke 400 again. Hold my root beer. You guys are just taking off. You are filling our lives with cuteness, and I like it very, very much. Keep it up. If you didn't join us last week, we did have some wonderful, almost scary parameters, but we muddled through somehow. With 403 said, I can do this. And you did. We are going to celebrate some of the card makers later in the show, so stay tuned. If you did send in one of those 403 cards, you will be eligible for some of the giveaways too. So that's at the end of the show. You don't want to miss out on that. If you haven't given us a Vinny or given us a thumbs up, we really would appreciate that. Share it with a friend. We would love to meet your friends because we are glad to meet you. And what else do I need there? Oh, and then subscribe to us and hit that bell so you don't miss a single week, because we do this almost every week with a new guest, new parameters, new fun. You just never know. We are going to be making some cards with a delightful craftette. You are going to love her. I've gotten to spend just a little bit of time with her, and I'm crazy about her. And I told her she's young, and I told her she's going to have like 1,000 new grandmas, and you guys are going to want to have her as a granddaughter. I'm absolutely sure. We have wonderful spin sponsors on Craft Roulette. These are the people that do donate gift certificates and whatnot for our crafters when they are randomly chosen. May Made It is giving away $25 each week this month. We are so glad to have her. This Calls for Confetti also is giving away a $25 gift certificate to their shop. That's fun. Plus, we're giving away a mega goodie bag, and a Krog. A Krog? What kind of creature would a Krog be? Well, a Krog is a Craft Roulette original giveaway, a handmade card with an itty-bitty gift, and we've been giving them away for 196 weeks. This is, 97 weeks. This is episode 198. By the way, I forgot to say that. We are sponsored by our patrons. We appreciate them deeply because they are keeping us on the air live Friday nights and Tuesday nights free of charge for you. So thank you guys. We want to welcome 3 new patrons this week: Brenna Garcia, Jennifer Armstrong, Bonnie W. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to getting to know you on Zoom calls and in the conversations that we have, in the discussions for the videos, and in our blog as well. It's going to be great. We have a nice little community there. By the way, this week is the Happy Birthday Card Party Zoom call, and it is going to be on Wednesday this week instead of Thursday, just FYI. So heads up. I hope you're there if you're a fun supporter and up. Mr. Mike, you may say, well, Mr. Mike, you didn't change your shirt this week. And he would say, this is true. Yes. He didn't change his shirt because the Chiefs won last week. And so he didn't want to change his shirt because he wore this last week. And we want him to win again this week. So he's just staying true. That's right. He is staying true, wearing his little jumper from Marianne Hill with the Chiefs buttons on it and his little warm, woolly flannel shirt from the House of Detizio. So that's why he has not changed his shirt. Go Chiefs. Oh, right. So, one other thing. Our own merch. We have a lot of fun sending these out to you guys. This is our stamp set and our die set. They are perfect if you want to make some craft roulette kind of cards. And I have been putting those up on our Facebook group on Saturday mornings. I think there's one going up tomorrow. Some samples so that you can get some ideas on how to create creatively with those two little products and bust those pesky parameters at the same time. We also have goals for you to reach. This is a stamp set that we give out to everybody that sends in 100 cards. That's a pretty fun thing, isn't it? I think so. I hope you do too. So I think that's it. Let's get to the show, shall we? Thank you for being here. From Belgium. Yes, the real one. The real Belgium, the one like over in Europe. Yes, is Katharina Tarta. Please welcome her. Yay! There she is. I told you she's just a young darling. And it's the middle of the night for her. So, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
It's a delight. Would you mind telling us a little bit about yourself and your crafting journey? We'd love to get to know you.
Of course. So I'm Katharina, and I've been crafting since, forever, really. I remember back in kindergarten, like always been into arts and craft stuff, and I was drawing this huge underwater scene. And my little brother, saw it, and he was like, "Why are you drawing fishes with sunglasses? Fishes don't wear sunglasses." And I was like, my 5 or 6 year old me was like, "They do in fantasy, but you have none." I was. So yeah, whenever there was something crafty to do, any project, it was me they asked to do it. And yeah, it kind of stuck with me. So till now. And then like a few years back, well, I was always doing all the Christmas presents for my mom's company. Like she has a company and all her employees always get a Christmas present. And I'm the one doing them. And like a few years back, I learned about the die cutting. I never knew about it before. And then all of Christmas season, I was like, "Mom, what would make it so much easier and way more fun to create all those gifts for your employees?" It would be a big shot. And then I got it for Christmas and was like, bliss. All the days after, I couldn't stop crafting. And then I think 2022, I got COVID, and I've always thought about like starting an Instagram or something. And then I finally had the time. I mean, I felt really bad because of COVID. It hit me quite hard. But I mean, I've collected some pictures of stuff I've done before. So I started posting those, and yeah, it went nice. And since then, I have been posting once a day. So
do it that often?
Yes.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, you have quite a following.
Thank you. Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, good. She's got a new one. I'm always excited when you have a new one.
I would have never imagined that so many people would watch this because, well, so many people, they told me, "Oh, your crafts, they're amazing. You should do an Instagram or something." I was always like, who would want to watch me doing this? Because there's so many out there. I mean, how am I different? It's just one more. I don't know. And then, I just started, and I was surprised so many people liked it.
Well, see, really happy. There you go. I'm sure glad you did. And I think you do have she was telling me before the show that she's trying to find a university where she can finish her education. I'm not talking high school, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, crafters and craftettes. This girl is ready to get her PhD. And it's not in crafting. It's in pretty heady stuff. What is your degree, your master's degree in?
I'm a biochemist.
Isn't that just something? I think that's a great statement to know, though, because crafting goes over all sorts of education levels, all sorts of skill levels, all sorts of interest levels. I love that card makers can all have this common bond no matter what their
Yeah.
background is.
That's the beauty of it. And anyone can do it.
Anyone really can do it. It is really special. Is there anything else we need to know about you before we get heading toward the wheel? Did you have a question for me?
Well, now that you're saying it, I did have one, and I want to test your German abilities. Was ist Bastelroulette?
Well, I think I know what she said. Chatterbox, so glad you're here and you're enjoying your evening already. Mr. Producer, you've got everything tidied up. I'm appreciating that. Katharina, do you say th on the Katharina, or do you say the T, hard T?
In Germany, it's Katharina.
Katharina. I'll change my ways. Katharina, glad you're here. Let's find out. What is craft roulette? I'll be right back.
What is Craft Roulette? Craft Roulette is a live paper crafts challenge show where the goal is to complete a project that has been randomly selected by the spin of a wheel. There are 4 categories we spin for: project, colors, element, and random. Each category has 24 possible options with a combined possibility of 331,776 unique projects. Whoa. We're live every Friday at 6:30 p.m. Central on youtube.com/craftroulette. Please like and subscribe. Each week we bring on a special guest crafter to create along with us and share their unique take on the challenge. You can play too. Complete a unique project of your own using the same 4 parameters set in this episode. You'll have 48 hours to contribute by submitting pictures of your project through the submission form on craftroulette.live. Contributions are featured on marygunfund.com's weekly episode blog and the next episode. Let's recap last week's episode and submissions.
So that's what craft roulette is. It is just that very thing, and we are here almost every Friday night. Seriously, we would love to have you join us. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. If you look there's some pins dropping in from last week. These are all from the contributions that we got last week, 403 of them. And now we are all up to a total of 27,712 total cards that have been submitted to Craft Roulette in the almost 4 years that we have been live. See, there's quite a few up there around your neck of the woods, Katharina. And they're also down in South Africa, in Nigeria, in South America, in Australia, in New Zealand, and Asia, Canada. We're one big group of card-making fun lovers. Oh, Barbados. Yes, I think, or somewhere. Last week. So what did we think about last week? We almost had a meltdown when we got nails, but you guys, you managed. You did really well. We had card with 2 tags, Happy Colors, which has been a long favorite of our guests. Nails, you didn't have any trouble. I know you were fussing about it, but you did fine. Out and outside the line. Also fun to see how you did that. You can go over to craftroulette.live and enjoy the gallery. It is magnificent, full of really great ideas. You, Mary Gunn, I know who that is. That's me. That was my card last week. And my outside the lines were the pillows, the watercolor, loose watercolors. My nails were in the swing. My happy colors were, they're just happy little, there's a little orange in there, a little red orange, all good. And I had 2 cards, or 2 tags right there at the top. It was a lot of fun to make. There's Wendy Cranford. She was our guest last week. She was a lot of fun, and this was her interpretation of those same 4 parameters. I thought she did a great job. Bob Ross there just hanging out with his happy accidents. I thought she had a rough start on that mountain, but she persevered and she did a good job. It really turned out super great. Thank you for coming, Wendy. We appreciate you and enjoyed your company. All right, let's bring Katharina back in, please, so we can enjoy our parade of achievements. These are going to be people that have sent in 25, 50, 75 kind of cards, and our leading ladies and our major milestone achievers. We don't have any Club 52 or Mud Clubbers this week, so this won't be as long as last week. Oh my gosh, there were 90 new people. It was wonderful. But here we go. Are you ready?
Yes. Looking
Welcome,
forward to it.
first-timers. Gwen T. from Minnesota. It is so fun to see how they fit in these parameters. Diane from Canada. Super pretty.
It's very.
Tracy from Illinois. I almost switched that around, but you couldn't see it as well, so I left it as it was. Adrian Ruda, who's he? Well done, Adrian. It's your first card from the UK. That is Mr. Vicky Ruda. Tiffany from Nova Scotia. Super cute. Patty from Alabama.
Love the toolbox.
I know, it's so clever. Steph from South Wales, UK. Cute little coo. Lala, I think, from California. She must be Team Purple.
Colors are pretty.
Mm-hmm. Beth from Michigan. All sorts
That's
of
so
nails in
clever.
that thing. I know, it really is. Jill from Salt Lake City. Pretty little arrangement. Vivian from California. All first timers. How fun.
And also pretty.
Yes. Candace from Louisiana. Sending love. Fingernails. Teresa from Australia. Nails in the birdhouse. Pat from Washington.
Looks delicious.
Oh, that was last week's? How'd that work? Oh, well. First timer KB Bragg from New York. Well done. Irma from Northern Arizona. Nice to have you. Thank you for joining us. First timer Brenna Garcia, also a new patron. Well done. It's cute. Major milestone achievers. Let's see what we've got this week. Amazing job for people to send in week after week. Kim Camacho from Kansas has sent in 25. Robin from British Columbia, Canada, 25. Lori Kennedy, also 25, with her pretty card from Florida.
Beautiful.
It is neat. Pam from Colorado, 25 cards. Getting ready for Valentine's Day. Card Monkey Jarvis, 175. That's so many cards. So cute. And for our leading ladies this week, these are the people who have the most cards sent in for this week. Smurf Murphy from California, 158. Well done, Smurfy. Her twin Jackpot Muller with 158. This is a masterpiece. I love that so much. Kathy Herring has sent in 162. This is so darling. Very cute.
So fun.
5K, now 6K Lamone has sent in 164, and we did talk about this on our patron show. Ellen Card Monkey Jarvis, we also talked about this one on our patron show. Well done. And our leading lady, Patty Beck, 192 cards. She's never missed a week. We really appreciate her loyalty and leadership in this. It's just amazing. How you do it every week, it's beyond me. How you even send in the first one is just, don't be intimidated. Join us. It is special. It's a very fun group. We love to love on you and tell you what a great job you've done. Don't be afraid. We like all sorts of cards. We like them complicated. We like them interactive. We like them simple and classic. We're just big card lovers. So, what can I say? It's just a lot of fun. Thank you so much for taking time and sending in a card this week using those almost difficult, pesky parameters of nails. You did it, though. Very nice. Very nice. Well, that was last week. Are you feeling inspired?
Absolutely. So many pretty, beautiful cards.
They really are. They really are. And I like how there's so many different styles and people use different products and they use different takes on the 4 parameters, but they get the same 4 parameters.
Exactly. That's so fun. Like you can get so many different cards, like 1,000,000 cards out of 4 parameters. That's amazing.
At least 403. Yeah. Well, let's get down to business now, shall we? And see what we're going to do this week. There's those parameters. Do they scare you? Nah, they don't scare us at all. We can do anything. We're crafters and craftettes. We are going to be spinning for project colors, element, and random. But before we do that, we're going to let our patrons decide to veto off 4 of those parameters this week. They get to vote on a poll to decide which one they don't want in project colors, element, and random, which means that if we do land on those particular parameters, we will spin again, and the wheel can't make us do it. You can still use it if you feel like it and it works in the parameters that we do get. Are you kind of going, what? If you're new here, this is probably the hardest part to understand, but sit tight. It's just fine. It works all out. Just hang on. So, for project, what did the patrons vote off this week? Will it be 5x7, trifold card, Valentine, or baby card? No baby cards this week. Take it off the board. For colors, what did they say? That was pretty even, though. For colors, summer, candlelight, guest choice, or quiet? Candlelight. They said no thank you to candlelight. Yeah, okay. All right. And then for element, what did they decide not to deal with this week? Houses, drinks, posters, or rhymes with eek? Posters. Off it goes. There it is. Houses, they're very welcoming. And for random, mixed media, lace on base, something from your floor, or guest choice. These are randomly chosen by computer. You still don't want lace on base. You really have something against that one, don't you guys? So lace on base is off the board. Those means that if we do get those, if you still want to put lace on a base, you can, but you don't have to. It doesn't say no lace on base. So you can still do it. So we also like to extend this opportunity to our guest. Would you like to veto something tonight?
Well, if I can, I would veto Kids Card.
Kids Card is out, number 5. Well, we don't have babies and we don't have kids this week.
I thought it was
Sorry,
kind of
kids.
matching with the patrons.
Yeah, you were kind of tracking right with them. Well, where would you like to put the chips on the table? Do you have some favorites, or are you contrarian, or where would you put your chips?
Well, since I've already started Valentine's crafting and my head is like filled with Valentine's ideas, I would be very happy about a Valentine project.
Number 2. Okay.
And for colors, vintage would be nice, because I have
You
a lot
like
of vintage paper I don't use too often.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
And for the element, I would take the centerpiece.
Number 13. Very nice. And
random, as I said, I'm a scientist, so I would take chart.
Chart. Nobody has ever wanted chart. 11.
Chart has been the villain.
It has been the villain.
Really?
That's so great. I love that. Okay, so if you get your way, we'll have a Valentine with vintage colors using something about a centerpiece and a chart. Well, I don't know if you guys would be excited about all that or not, but I think we'd have quite a challenge. We'd have some fun with it. Well, let's see how close we get. Sometimes the wheel gives our guests what they want. Sometimes it doesn't. Let's give it a warm up and see what we're going to get into tonight. A pie chart, yeah. Oh, for project, what will we get? I hope something nice. Ooh, a spanner card. We will talk about each and every one of these, don't you worry. For colors, will we get vintage? A vintage Valentine would be pretty, though. Number 20. Butterfly colors. For element. Okay. I don't really have a druther right now. I'm okay, whatever we get. Oh, we got yours, centerpiece.
Nice.
Yay! That's exciting. Now we'll get to see what you want to do with centerpiece. And for random, Spanner's got Cindy Elkins scratching her head. 15. Dial. That's almost as good as chart. Okay. Mr. Wheel is gonna throw some weirdos. Usually, he'll do like 3 just easy, and then he'll throw you a curveball. But okay, we're gonna get through this. This is gonna be okay. We're gonna talk about each and every one of these parameters so that we don't have any meltdowns here. Nobody's gonna cry. We're all gonna get through this. It's gonna be fine. Spanner card. A spanner card is a type of fold. Let me find my sample. But it doesn't mean that you have to make a spanner card that's a type of card. You can have something that spans across.
You need to do your speech.
Oh, my speech, Maddie, my speech. My speech is, this is your art project, and we're not going to tell you what to do. We're just going to throw you in the deep end with those 4 parameters and say swim. We're not going to teach you anything here. This is not that show where we talk about what to do, where to measure things and all that kind of stuff. That's not us. We do want to see your artistic expression, and that's up to you on what you want to do. You can go from literal, like, hey, HEY Google, what is a spanner card, to making up what you think a spanner card would be. You can, to a very highly interpretive manner of spanner. You can have all kinds of skill level. You can have all kinds of styles. We're not looking for anything, any one particular kind of product style or anything like that. You can do all sorts of stuff. You can go back to our galleries and see how open it is. We just need to have those 4 parameters and made a handmade card or craft. It does not say card. A handmade craft, and it needs to be family friendly. So I can talk about it on my YouTube without blushing. So those are the parameters there for what we're looking for in your project. Okay, a spanner. A spanner.
I just want to say before we go, there's a lot of people in utter despair in the chat right now.
Don't be despair.
But we will figure it out.
This will be fun. You're gonna, the ones that seem a little bit odd are the best, most inspiring cards or projects that we ever come up with. When there's not the curveball in there, it's just like, oh, just another card week, huh? But then we get to go, what am I gonna do with that? How am I gonna stretch myself? And these become my absolute favorite galleries. So I don't think you're going to let it. We're going to keep doing this. We're going to get through this. No
42
panic.
Rosie says she's in so much despair she can't chat properly.
Oh, no.
Miss Rosie, you're going to be fine. Okay, so
Don't worry, we'll all get there.
We're all going to get there. A spanner card, if you would give me a paper can, please.
Oh, yep.
That would be great. Here it comes. Okay. Let me get down a little bit closer. There we go. A spanner card is, by definition, something that has something spanning across from one side to the other. This one is my sample, and I think it's a very fun one. So if I don't know you don't have to do this exactly like this, but you can have something span from here to there. But you could also look at your stamp sets and whatnot and think of something that spans from here to there without cutting and folding. You might have a bridge on a stamp set that you would want to have on your card. That would be something that spans over a creek or something along that. You could have maybe even a drone that spans the skies looking for, I don't know what, sunbathers. I don't know. But yes, something that just spans from one side to the other. A U-bridge card would work. A belly band spans the card. That's a great idea. Those are hard. See, you're already coming up with things.
Deputy Heidi says the spanner would take care of the centerpiece parameter as well, usually, because it would be a centerpiece spanning.
Or you could have something behind a centerpiece spans behind it.
Yeah.
So, and it doesn't have to be a card. You could do a tag. You could do a folio. You could do a painting. You have all sorts of things that you can do. So just think about something, and we always say, if you can justify it, we will accept it. So I think you're going to have fun. Honestly, I think you're going to have fun figuring out how you're going to do it. I know you will. I believe in you. I've seen you do this too many times. Butterfly colors. There's
Those
so
are
many beautiful
beautiful.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, basically anything can be butterfly color, right? If it's
Right.
kind of shimmery. I would think
Right.
about like clear embossing over something, but I can't emboss because it's like 1 a.m. in the morning and my neighbors will hate me. So embossing's off the table for me, but everyone else can do it.
Oh, that's funny. Butterfly colors, yeah, I think of, there's always the black parts of the butterfly, the bodies and different things, but there's iridescent, shimmery, they've got like scales on them, and sometimes they're very iridescent. Sometimes they're very ombre would maybe be something that you could do with butterfly colors for a technique of colors. But I can think of all sorts of butterfly colors. Orange and morphos are those beautiful bright blues. Whites, beautiful white butterflies. Swallowtails that are primarily black. I don't know what you kind of... do we have the same butterflies as Belgium in the United States? I don't even know. You probably have
Actually,
some
I
that
don't know either. But
So-
we have yellow ones. We have like, I don't know, we call them like citron butterflies because they have this yellow, like citrony color. We have blue ones. We have like these orange ones with a lot of black. Like, yeah, I think we have all sorts of butterflies. I don't know which ones you have.
Yeah, well, those sound very familiar. But you can also have things around a butterfly. It doesn't mean that it has to be exactly butterfly colors. You can also have things associated with a butterfly. Things that, you can have sky
like
blue.
flowers.
So you can do all sorts of things. But I think it's pretty... I think we'll have some bright colors. It'll be pretty.
I
Or
think
maybe
the art
also
in
pastel.
the art in the butterfly column is going to come from what you say your colors are. So if you can identify a butterfly or two when you submit your card, that would be great.
Yeah. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to put butterflies on your project either, because this is just the color palette. The centerpiece, however, could be butterflies if you want. It doesn't mean you don't have to use butterflies. You may want to use butterflies. What were you thinking when you wanted centerpiece?
Actually, I have a beautiful stamp. It's called Vintage Flower. I think it's from Concord and 9th. And I mean, when I think about centerpiece, like this stamp is it. I don't know. It's, yeah. And I've been officiating a wedding last year. And I was actually the bridesmaid, so I was involved in all the planning and everything. And so I have a lot of centerpiece images in my head for all the tables they decorated.
Okay, so you were thinking table. See, but you don't have to think table. It can just be the centerpiece of your project. You can just think your focal point and what you want your focal point to be. There's a lot of things
in principle,
you can do.
Anything in the center is the centerpiece, right?
Exactly. So it wouldn't... Now, if you do use anything and you put it in the center, I think it should work. But you probably wouldn't want to take it over to the side and say, hey, that's my centerpiece, because I'm not sure that would work. But I don't know. We can do tables. You can do flowers. You can do any number of, maybe we'll even have actual tables with something on the... It'll be fun. See, it's so fun. It's so fun to figure these things out. And then dial. Okay, so spanner and dial and centerpiece. Those were probably not things you would put together normally, but this is Craft Roulette, and this is what we do. Dial, when I thought dial, phones, old-fashioned phones.
Exactly. That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking. I think I have the perfect design paper for this one.
Oh, cool. That's excellent. Some other things that might have dials. I saw somebody say sundial. So if you were outside and you had a sundial, that would be very cool. A clock or a watch has a dial. Those are really good ideas.
I think if you could make things spin, most things would turn into a dial.
Yeah, spanner cards. Put a spinner on your spanner, and how about the wheel? You could use your Craft Roulette stamp set and dies and make some dials out of those. Laura Hodges butt dial. Well, there's that. I hadn't really thought. Volume knobs. There you go. That's a gumball machine has a dial. I know there's several of those out there. Those different kinds of dies. Dial it back. That's very good, Cindy Jordan. Yeah. I think I didn't even think of all those dials, so you guys have beat me all over. That's great. I love it. I love being the dumbest person in the room. So that's good. A thermostat dial? Steampunk gears could be dials. Yep. I think you're good. I think you are good. I think you got this one. We may not know exactly where we're going to go with these, but at least we know we've got something to work with, right? Radio dials? Yeah, dial it in. Let's dial it in because you nailed it last week. Let's see what you come up with.
Katharina, do you know what you're going to do?
Are you
do you
good?
have a good idea?
Yeah, I have some images in my head. Let's see what my hands will do.
Right. Oven dials. That's a good one, too. Pocket dial. Oh, my goodness. Who knew there were so many dials?
Nice.
An odometer dial. Yeah, gauges in cars and things have dial-y type things. This is going to be fun. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, crafters and craftettes, Mr. Wheel is giving us opportunity to stretch our pants. Let's do this. Don't touch that dial. You stay tuned. That's right, Ellen Card Monkey Jarvis. Crocodile.
Crocodile, I love this one.
Bravo. That is a well-kissed brain right there at work. Well done. Okay, we got this. We're going to be right back after a few little words about our other show and our merchandise. Sit tight. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. Does card making ever wear you out? Are you just having one of those days? Do you ever say to yourself, I wish there were more Craft Roulette on each week? Well, have we got good news for you? In Review is like part 2 of Craft Roulette, which features you, our card contributors. It'll be easy to find because it airs here on our Craft Roulette YouTube channel. We go live almost every Tuesday evening at 6:30 p.m. Central, and we do a number of fun things during the show, including Mail Call, where I share some of the nice cards and goodies people send us. Our Card Showcase, where we take a longer look at some of the contributions sent in from the most recent episode. And our Who Done It Mystery Game, where I recreate a card from the most recent episode's gallery, live on air. Everyone in the live chat gets to try and figure out which card I'm recreating. So, if you want more of what we do on Craft Roulette, you'll love our show, In Review. The Whodunit Mystery Game is just a game, and we do not actually solve mysteries, but we do actually solve mysteries. The show is supposed to be on Tuesdays, but we reserve the right to reschedule as necessary. Mary will not always know what she is doing, especially with buttons and/or math. Stretchy pants and snacks are not required, but advisable. Please bring a friend. Too much fun for one person included. Hey, Cool Mary here. You might remember me from my breakthrough role, the In Review infomercial. While normal me and the special guest are gathering their supplies, let me take this opportunity to tell you about our stamp set, our die set. Whoa. Let me, Cool Mary, show you what you can do with them. Tubular. Whoa! Gnarly. Yes, you can order these off our web shop. Every purchase helps support our shows, and in return, you can be like me, Cool Mary. Back. I am back. Okay, well, the bears are coming to the rescue again. Bears are back with dials on the stove. I think that will be fine. And then a very, very cheery kitchen with some paper. And I might throw in just a little bit of gray, just because. And just looking through some... Oh, we gotta have some orange.
You can show off that spanner again.
So, yeah. There we go. We'll start with that. Get that all out of the way. And, okay, so I've got some cute paper. This was the spanner again that I showed, and it's just got 2 cut slices. And that opens up, and you've got this little piece inside. And that's what I think I will just go ahead and do again, because I understand that. So, let's see. Do I do it? And I don't think it matters if you have like certain numbers or anything. If you want to make a spanner, you just have to reach from one side to the other somehow or other. This could be fine. Let's get this. Let's see. 1/2 to 4 1/2. Slowly on the ends. Whoops. You can always look things up too and say, do the literal thing and say, hey, Google, what's a spanner card? And Google will show you all sorts of people that have made them on the internet. So that's the nice thing about Google. Well, one of the nice things. It's very handy. Okay, so looks like it's walking. So that's what I'm going to start with. And I think I will put my neutral right here on the edge. I want to keep it pretty bright, so what are you guys up to? Are you working with us? Who's going to be on that board sooner than not? I don't know. You don't have to rush. You don't ever have to rush for this. You have till Sunday night. If you're not a patron, you have till Thursday night if you are. So you don't have to feel like you're rushed to do this. Just relax. Enjoy your craft. Enjoy your hobby. I hope. Yep, just has to span across the card, Miss Bitty Penny. Are we good? I don't want anybody crying in the corner. I hate that. Yeah, like a bridge. If you have a card with a stamp set that you like with a bridge would be beautiful. Those are going to go right there and there. I can hear Katharina working away. She's going to be back here in a minute. So, do we have anybody here that is from watching Katharina on Instagram and her invitation? We'd love to meet you. Just say hi. You're in friendly company. See, look how fast this is. I'm just buzzing through here. So here's my little stamps. I think they're awfully cute. I'm not sure if I'm going to need all this paper, but I am prepared. Good deal. Oh, she's back. Let's see what she's got going on. Okie dokie. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think I'm going to do a traditional spanner card.
Okay.
Like the one you showed.
Mm-hmm.
But check this out.
Ooh.
Isn't this
look
perfect?
There. It is.
Right?
Yes.
There's this green one in there, so.
I forgot I hadn't decided on my dial yet. Good. Thank you for reminding me. Well, that's a perfect card. And did you think of that paper when you heard dial? Were you thinking that?
Yeah, immediately. Because I've never used it, actually. And now I'm really happy to have an opportunity to do so, finally.
Excellent. You know, with a spanner card, you've got this middle thing, and that could be considered a centerpiece.
Yeah, that's what I thought, too.
Mm-hmm. That makes it really easy to just consider that a centerpiece. I'm kind of digging that. And yeah,
There's hang dials on your stove.
that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Oh, that's true. You're right. Dials are on my stove, but then, and there's also a clock. I am so covered. And we've got it so covered here. See how easy this is? I'm going to have to make this game harder, Mr. Producer. No, it's okay that we aren't. Okay, well, let the crafting begin. I think we've already done a lot to beat Mr. Wheel into submission here, so we're good. Tell him who's boss. Crafters.
Mary, I have to ask you, because you always say that it should be family friendly. Has it ever happened that something not family friendly was submitted?
Yeah. Actually, there
Really?
has been. Yeah, a little bit. I don't even remember what it was. But yeah. Isn't that funny? But not every, you just don't think about. I think when people don't have kids around, they forget sometimes.
Maybe.
So, yeah. I remember when my sweet mother-in-law, I loved her to pieces, and she suggested a movie for the kids when they were little, and we watched it and we're like, oh no, this is not at all a good idea. So, yeah, and she hadn't had kids forever. And so she just didn't think of it as maybe not perfect subject matters. It was cute. But very rarely, I mean, for 27,000 cards, the number is so small. It wouldn't even fit on a dial.
Yeah, because I was always wondering, are you just saying that as a precaution, or has something actually happened?
Yeah, just a little bit of a burp. But nothing big. It's always really sobering, though. It's like, oh my gosh, because I have to, we have to talk about it. And I like a peaceful life. I'm real big on peaceful life. And so it's always a moment where I just go, oh. But then once I figured out, do I want to talk about it on a show? Because we do talk about cards in review, and I thought, well, that's really the standard there. Would I want to talk about it? And we have really young people that watch this show, so we don't want to be that. We don't want the family to have to explain things.
True.
So, yeah. So how are you holding up? I know it's very, very late.
Yes. It's like
You doing
2
okay?
2 a.m. in the morning right now.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I took a nap beforehand, so I'm mostly good.
Okay, alrighty, good. Well, we have Christina Brome in Sweden, and she watches in the middle of the night every week, but she's a night owl. But if you're not a night owl, this will be hard. I hope you don't have a lot planned for the rest of the day.
I do actually.
Oh
But that's fine.
no! Oh dear.
Yeah. But we chose a great date because my boyfriend fled to his best friend today. So,
Oh.
and actually it wasn't because of me, but he just planned it. So I thought it was a perfect date. So I won't disturb him while he's asleep.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's a good plan.
Yes.
That's a good plan. Well, I've got some. I think you're well on your way. I want to know more about you and how you decide things on Instagram, and you make a lot of not highly produced projects. You make them pretty simple, and I think they're so cool. And you do things like the one that you did with jewelry, how to give a gift of jewelry, was so simple
today.
and clever. Yeah, was that just today?
Yeah.
You do little folds here and little folds there, little snips here and snips there, and you make these little projects, and it's just really good. So
Thank you. Yeah. I always try to
where
make.
does this inspiration come from?
Actually, nowadays mostly from my followers because most of them are new to crafting, I think, and they don't have a lot of tools like I do. And I remember when I really got into card making and stuff. I've also watched a lot of videos online, and they all had these very fancy tools, and I did have none of them. And yeah, until I got the big shot for Christmas, it never changed. I was always so sad. Like, I would love to do this, but I can't. So now I'm just trying to find ways around it, to work around it.
That's interesting. So you're also, and I don't want to make it sound like you're like a child, but you are a young card maker, and a lot of us people are kind of seasoned around here. We've been around a while making cards, and so how did you find the whole? You had COVID, and
Yes.
how did it turn? What was it that moment when you went, I made it, I love it, I want to do more of it?
I mean, the card making, as I said, I've always been into artsy stuff, and I don't know, it kind of in my family, everyone has its thing, you know. I mean, I have 3 brothers, and one is the musical one is the really religious one. He wants to be Pope one day. So,
Oh, wow.
and yeah, and I kind of was the artsy one. I don't know. And whenever anyone needed a card or something, it was like, hey, can you make some? And as I said, back then I didn't have so many fancy tools, but I also tried to work around it and made nice cards, I think, and everyone was happy, and I kind of don't know, it kind of stuck.
Yeah. So what was the thing what was your favorite tool when you first started buying tools? What was it that you just went, gotta have it, besides your big shot?
I mean, the first thing that really, really changed my crafting game was the scoring and cutting tool.
Oh,
the one I just used right now. It's still the same. Actually, I got it for my birthday from my aunt. And it makes things so much more easier, like measuring stuff and getting the right card shape and everything. Way easier with the measuring tool. Because before that I was working with my, I think the word is set square. I don't see people use this a lot, this one.
You know, I like that. I saw you using that, and I've never seen it before. I like it.
Really?
Yeah.
Because in Germany, like everyone has to have one in school, and it's so useful because it doesn't have only measurements here, but also lines in here, and it has like a rectangular line here, so you always know when you're kind of angled, or if you're in the right angle.
Right. So you don't get wonky.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't see people use this a lot, but I think it's very helpful.
I think so too. I liked it. I was admiring it more than once, going, that's such a cool tool. I like it. I want one.
Yeah, I'm really amazed that people don't use it, because in Germany it's such a normal tool to have.
That is interesting.
Like when you get in school and you get a list of things you need, this is always on it.
What did you call it?
I think it's called set square.
Set square.
In Germany it's Geodreieck.
Well, I wouldn't ask for one of those at my local Michael's.
Oh, what's that?
I wouldn't be able to ask one for one of those, but set square I could probably do.
Yeah, try it. It's really
German
useful.
Is an interesting German is such an interesting sounding language.
Yeah, I have the impression
words.
on like American television, people always have the impression that Germans always shout. I don't know.
They don't?
No.
I thought for sure you'd be shouting tonight. No, I didn't realize that. That's funny. I probably wasn't sensitive to it.
Yeah, I mean, whenever there's someone imitating a German or something on like Saturday Night Live or something, everyone's always shouting.
I can see that. I can, yeah.
I mean, we're always shouting. I'm just turning it down because of my neighbors.
You're dialing it down.
When you're done cutting, would you do the chat a favor and show that tool again so they can get a good look at it? There's some people asking.
You want to see it too, don't you? You like it too.
So it's a Westcott.
Yes, it's a Westcott tool. Actually, it's a new one because the other one broke during Christmas crafting. But I like this one because it also has this handle, like you can hold it nicely. Yeah.
It's slick.
Did everyone get it?
Drafters.
Thank you. I think so.
Drafters use triangles. And I have one of those too, and I like it.
Also, I'm sorry, but I have to tell you, have you seen my scissors? Because I think they are so pretty, and I've used them as a backdrop in my Instagram reel, and no one has said anything.
Your scissors are beautiful.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
I just saw them the other day, like in a local shop in the city center, and I was like, okay, I gotta have them. I mean, I have 1,000 scissors, but those are so pretty.
I think they look very, very elegant.
Right?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, because my boyfriend wasn't as excited about them as I was. So.
Well, can we get a little excitement in the chatterbox on these scissors? They are worth it. I think they're lovely. Let's see. Oh, look at them. They look like they were made for space.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. They're
so
very
pretty.
Sleek and elegant. Yeah, now you're getting some love there. Yep.
Thank you.
Don't worry
You're
about
so
what
cute.
your boyfriend thinks. You got your grandmas here. and
aunts
and a few feisty aunts. We will love your scissors and you too.
Oh, thank you.
So, do you have a lot of craft stores where you live, or do you mostly order online, or?
Well, I don't know. Do
supplies?
you know Tedia? I'm not sure if it's international.
Don't.
It's not per se a craft store, but they have some really nice crafty stuff. This paper actually is from Tedia.
I do not know that.
And my boyfriend doesn't go in one of those with me anymore because he says I take too long and he doesn't want to spend so much time in atelier.
Well, last time I took my husband to a craft store, he found a chair in a display and he sat down in it and just hung out there and waited for me. Probably fell asleep too. He's real good at that.
Yeah, that's nice. You got a nice, good nap.
Yes, that's exactly right. Just check in every once in a while, make sure he hadn't fallen out of the chair. Peek around the corner. But yeah, just find that chair for your boyfriend and hope they have good internet. And then you can just say, sit still just for a minute. I'll just be a minute. So they have it's like a big store for craft items, or is it mostly paper items, or?
I mean, they have all sorts of things. Like they also have like kitchen items and stuff.
Oh, interesting.
They really have everything, but everything's quite affordable.
Oh, that's nice.
And and I recently realized they changed the bus connection right in front of my house, and now I have a direct connection to one of those stores.
Oh, yay! That's
and
excellent.
I was so excited. I wrote it to I messaged my boyfriend, and he was like, "Oh shit!"
No, not that.
Yes.
He was not excited.
No, I mean,
but then now you don't have to worry about getting there. You can just go. You can go on
exactly.
your bus. Yeah.
And I don't have to bother him anymore to drive me there.
So he should be happy.
Exactly. That's what I told him.
Absolutely.
But he's just worried I fill the whole flat with crafting stuff. I mean, to be honest, he's not wrong. I mean, the table I'm crafting on, it used to be our dinner table.
Oh.
But now it's my crafting table.
Well, it does kind of spread sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, he said he's fine as long as I keep his computer free from crafting stuff.
There, you can do that.
I can do that, yeah, I certainly can.
You can do that, absolutely. That's a wonderful thing for you to serve him. Have a wonderful way to serve him.
Yes. And recently I found this drawer in another table, and I didn't know it was there. It was completely new, so it was totally empty, and I was like, yes, some more space for crafting stuff.
Oh dear. You've got it bad.
Yeah. He doesn't know about the drawer, by the way.
Oh dear. We won't tell him. Your secret's safe with us. Absolutely.
Very good.
That's so funny. So what is your plan? Okay, so you're doing this spanner card. I see it, and you're going to have your antique phone as the centerpiece. That's cool. Yes. See, the centerpiece works out really well for this.
Yeah, right?
Again, Mr. Wheel understands crafts better than we know.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Wheel.
That's right. He is the man. And this is another Trinity stamp, Sherry Stewart. I use them all the time. This whole little series with these bears, I just love them. So they're just so cute.
They are adorable.
They are so happy and darling. So Katharina was telling me she's traveled all over, so many places. And
yeah, I've seen some.
You have seen lots, and you've been to Nepal, you've been to Vermont, which is in the United States, and you have traveled all over, and you have had quite a few experiences that would make a mother's hair stand on end.
Exactly.
Right.
I mean, my mother, she's really, whenever I go somewhere, she's always worried that I end up in the hospital again, so...
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see why. Yeah. You were in a hospital in Nepal, you were telling us.
Exactly. Actually, I stayed in Nepal for 3 months after my A-levels to do some, community work there.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, I don't know, the food didn't quite resonate with me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I ended up in the hospital, and after that, it never got really better because I don't know. In Germany, people are very scarce when handing out antibiotics, but in Nepal they weren't, and I think it kind of messed up my intestine.
Ooh.
So ever since then, I wasn't able to eat like gluten stuff anymore, or too much sugar,
Oh dear.
or too much raw stuff. So
That's too bad.
yeah, it gets quite difficult if you go somewhere if you go out to eat. But if I stay home, it's fine because I know what I can eat. I have my recipes and stuff.
Yeah.
But when I go somewhere, it's always quite hard.
Well, good thing card making doesn't have any gluten.
Exactly.
It's safe. It's safe. Gluten-free, keto-friendly,
Definitely.
all the things.
Vegan.
I don't know though. Actually, it may not be completely vegan with glue. But
Depends on the glue, I guess.
yeah, I think so. But it may not be completely. So I don't know. But double-sided tape, I think, would probably be safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so. So the thing on a spanner card is to make sure you don't glue your piece to the centerpiece part. So that it
Exactly.
doesn't- Yeah. That's an easy thing to forget, I think. Let's see. Which one am I going? Here we go. Especially if it's in the middle of the night, poor thing. You're such a trooper to try this.
Yeah, I tried to change my sleep schedule, but it didn't quite work. So
No, not for one night, not for one show. Now, Vicky Ruda in England she trains to be on. She works on staying up later, but she does it. We do it in the summer with her, and so that she's not in school. Yeah, works out okay.
That's nice.
Ellen Jarvis said she ordered her Westcott square just now.
I don't.
And there's 18 left on Amazon.
I bet they're gone by tonight. I think it's a great deal.
Yeah, and actually it's really useful. You'll have fun with it.
Yeah. I don't tend to measure much, but I can see if you were a measurer that it just would have a lot of appeal. Thinking my centerpiece may be the little bit of a wheel showing in there. So you open it up, and there's
Oh, you're using the
going
craft
through.
roulette.
Yeah,
That's cool.
maybe it is. Maybe. We'll see. But it could be like something in the background in their kitchen. And then if I had maybe just the red piece underneath there too, that might just be enough to cut the red piece there. I think so. Okay, we're gonna do this. I do not like this part, but there's only so much you can handle, and sometimes it's like, just let that one go. So, how far ahead do you plan on your Instagram? Is it a lot, or you just kind of come up with it?
Yeah, actually right now it's from day to day. Because recently I've been quite busy, actually also with crafting, but like more for church.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so now I'm getting from day to day.
Okay. Well, that's not a bad plan, because it keeps you active and keeps your brain going,
Definitely. But last year we went to London, my boyfriend and I, for about 2 weeks, and I had to craft in advance for that. Oops. So I could keep up my posting schedule.
Oh, yeah,
And
that's
that was a
tough.
lot of work because back then I was still in the lab, so I did a lot of evening crafting and getting up really early to craft again.
That is very dedicated.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't know, I don't like to quit things or do something halfway. So when I'm in something, I'm in it for real.
I imagine I can see that. I sure can. It's not hard
Not
to
always a
imagine.
good thing though, because I don't know, sometimes I get too worked up about things being or needing to be perfect and stuff.
Yeah.
I remember back in school, like my parents never gave me any pressure to have good grades or anything, but I just did it to myself, and it was like I got so worked up when I didn't get the best grade. So yeah, it got a little better now, but still working on it.
Well, it's not. It's good to want to do well, but it can get a little bit hard on yourself, though. Yeah. Well, I think you're doing great tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah. The Sun Also Rises by John Steinbeck. There you go. So, do you like to read and things like that? Are you
Yes, I'm a
just
huge reader.
A huge reader.
I just finished 1984 from George Orwell.
Oh wow, yeah.
Oh, it was so depressing.
Yes, it is. It's horrible. It's a horrible book.
And the thing is, when I read something, I want to talk about it, and none of my friends or my boyfriends have read it. I was trying to explain it to them, but it's not the same if you haven't read it yourself.
No. Yeah, it's been a long time, but it was pre-1984 when I read it, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
There you go.
People are asking what glue you're using.
Me? This is art glitter glue with
Move it over so I can see it.
with another glue inside of it. This is an art glitter glue container with barely art glue in it. So
Well, you're so far along.
oh, I've done this a couple times, so I'm fine though. I do the I get all the basics done, and then I can just piddle around on it. It's no problem at all. I like doing that. Sometimes I even do it the next day. I find a few things I want to finish or do something on, so don't worry, not to worry. But we do have some questions from some patrons. Let me uncover this stuff so I can get to it. So, Berta Sadler would like to know, and I asked about the shopping, but where do you find and I asked about the inspiration, but are you inspired by your beautiful country? Because you have
First
a
of all,
beautiful
thank
country.
you.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I can find inspiration in everything. Like when I go out, I'm always like, "Oh, look at that! That's so pretty!" And I always point out like pretty things around us. And yeah, it kind of gets on the nerve of my boyfriend, but but I think there's so many beautiful things outside. Like I don't know if I see some nice color combinations in the outside, or that one time I saw this. Sammy Cuff on Instagram. She's Australian, I think, and she made this wedding sign with so many flowers, and I just love the color combination of those flowers, and I just made a card from it.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can find inspiration everywhere.
You really can. I find parameters everywhere. I can't help it. I see things and go, "Oh, that would be a parameter." Oh, looky there. There's a parameter. Yeah, I go on parameter hunts. It's fun.
I can imagine.
You like flowers a lot, though, right? Or is that kind of something you love?
Yeah, I really like flowers. Actually, I just don't really like to cut them. I don't know why. It just feels weird when I like pick flowers, but I love like stamping flowers and cutting them out. So I have a lot of flowery stuff.
I like snowflakes on cards much better than on my driveway. I understand that. It's not too different.
Yeah, I really like snow as well.
Yeah.
Last year we had the most snow we kind of ever had in Germany, and it totally took us by surprise. So everything was down, public transport and everything, and I was stuck at my parents' place because there was no way to get back to my place. But then I decided to just walk.
What?
And yeah, I had a fun little adventure there.
How far was this little walk?
It was like 20 kilometers.
Oh.
20K.
But yeah, it was fun.
5K. You're 20K. That's great. Huh, I'll be. You know, I made my husband an orange apron a long time ago before we were married. I put his name on it. I think I'm going to have to put his initials on this.
Mm-hmm.
I can't fit his whole name, I don't think. So we'll just put, and it was in white letters. So this will be our little Doug bear. That'll work. It will. It will. So you do make some interactive cards.
I do. I really like. Maybe we'll do something interactive with this one as well.
And we have a viewer named Sue Small-Kreider who is on the design team for Karen Burniston, who makes interactive dies.
Oh, I love her dies. I have some actually. They are so amazing.
She's the bomb diggity on those. Oh my goodness. And but Sue would like to know what your favorite interactive card type is to make. She's really talented.
Oh, it's a hard thing to decide.
Mm-hmm.
But
because you have lots of little ones on your Instagram. You do just fold them a little differently and different things to make them special.
Yeah, I actually do you guys know about the paper hinge? Well, I dubbed it paper hinge. It's not really the right name, but I'll show it to you in a second. Okay. But I think it's so easy and makes such a fun card.
Yes, I love this thing that you do, the paper hinge.
Yeah, right?
Yes, I love it. Yes, everybody needs to see this. This is one of the coolest little things.
Oh. Is it like a Stonehenge?
Not at all. Not at all, but good try. I don't think I have any place for anything else. I'll just have to find. Sending sweet homemade wishes. I'm thinking, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, crafters and craftettes, this would be a great place to put "You're a Wonderful Person." Did you feel it coming? Yes. She makes these little cute things that.
Gloria Davis just said who's at the watch party.
Let's see. Gloria Davis says, hanging here in Southern California with Amanda Stevens, Marianne Samuelson, and Shelley Gilman having a watch party. I'm not usually jealous about anybody about not being somewhere else on Friday night, but I'm a little bit jealous right now. Wow, that is so cool. Well done, Amanda, to host it. Gee.
Lauren Taylor says,
Oh, dear, Lauren. Oh, no. I think it's lost in the mail, Lauren. That's all. Yeah. Watch parties. You guys, they could be so much fun. The one of our first groups of people that were Craft Roulette, Jackie Ripp, used to host a watch party every week, and she would send but it was during the lockdown. So she would send an email to her little gang and say, it's time for Craft Roulette. Let's get going.
Mhm.
And I think they would talk to each other on the phone or something during the show.
It was when we had 20 people watching.
Yeah. Uh-huh. So she would come in the chatter box and say, I'm here, so you can get started.
That's cool.
And so if you've ever seen the starter flag in my background, that's for Jackie because she's passed away. But yeah, that was the original watch party.
Yeah, watch parties are always really fun.
I think so. I think they could be a blast in stores and things to host them. I think they could be really fun. You are a wonderful person. There it is. I've used this stamp so many times, Katharina.
But everyone has their favorite stamps, right? Like the ones you mostly use.
Yes, uh-huh.
And it's so nice because you know them inside and out and you really have a grip on them and know what to do with them.
You really do. You have an understanding, a relationship, as it were.
Yes, exactly.
You really do.
So for everyone, if you want to know what I'm doing now, it's the paper hinge I was talking about.
Yeah, I'm going to
So-
stop for a second.
So basically you just need a circle, like a bigger one and a smaller one. And then you trace the smaller one on the bigger one. Like you can see those tiny trace marks I made here.
Move it just a little bit. There
You're a little bit
Oh,
off.
sorry.
you go. There you
Here. You see these little trace marks. And why I'm doing this is because I want these flaps I just cut from the edge to the trace mark to fit through a hole the same size of the smaller circle. Like I punch it out from here and I want to fit it through here so it can be moved easily. Let's check, it was actually this one, the small one.
There you go.
I mean, paper bread would probably be the more accurate word
Mm-hmm.
because now you can like move your
That'll be
paper around
perfect
it.
for a dial.
Exactly. That's what I was
Mhm.
thinking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
'Cause-
good.
So I have
I've
this
seen you
one.
make those. Yeah. Yeah.
And I'll just
I'm liking it.
punching the hole here in the center.
You
And
guys,
now
if you are on Instagram, make sure you subscribe to Katharina's channel because she does it, like she said, she does this every day. And they're short. They're not, you don't have to invest too much, but a few seconds of your time and you will love it.
True. Because Instagram doesn't allow longer than 60 seconds.
No, I think that's right. They say, get in there, get it done, and get out. German paper engineering. That's right, Stephen. You're right. You're not wrong. That's the
And
Mercedes of paper engineering right there.
yeah, and if you're interested in paper hinge, I have a lot of videos actually on my Instagram on how to make it. And it's so easy and so much fun.
Yes. Yeah, it is. It's just really, it's a good little trick. I think people could use it all the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's just a snip and a punch and a snip, snip. Snip, snip.
Exactly.
More snips, yeah.
And I really use it on everything, like boxes, cards.
She does. She really does. That was one of the first things I saw her do. And I went, whoa, this girl's got something going on. I like her style.
I'm happy you like it.
Oh, yeah. know, I'm going to put this inside. I don't want to mess up my... We'll just put that in there. So it will have a writing space, and I might put a few more little things in there. But I may not. That's hard to say. And I could put some little fun things on here. Let's see, what do we have? We've got some butterfly gold. I like my butterfly colors. These are, I think they feel butterfly-ish. I think yours do too.
My colors?
Yes,
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. I think it could totally be, if somebody said, hey, what are those colors? And you said, oh, guess, they might say, butterfly. And you'd say, yes, you're very smart. So you have a craft space that's now taking over the flat or the apartment.
Yes.
And Cindy Grow would like to know a little bit more about your craft space. Is it contained, or is it just you? And you told me before you don't really have a system for
Yes.
the way you do things. So
Yeah.
tell us more about your craft space, because we all like to know about that.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm a really, really messy crafter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really don't have a system. I mean, I have a drawer with all my dies, and I have a box with all my stamps. And yeah, I kind of know where to look for my stuff, but I recently thought maybe I should get a system someday. So I thought about getting these magnetic sheets. I've seen people use those, and those seem useful because then I could put everything in a folder and just flip through it.
Right.
Maybe. But
And
actually,
people put those on the wall too.
that's cool.
Uh-huh.
The thing is, I actually have a really cool crafting table because it has like a higher part and a lower part, and on the smaller lower part, the big shot fits perfectly there. But the table actually is just too small.
Mm.
I mean,
Oh dear.
as I said, I'm a messy crafter, so I need a lot of space. And there's just not enough space on it. So now it's just kind of where I store my stuff. So
It does take over after a while, doesn't it?
yes. And
It really
the thing
can.
also is people around me, they know I like to craft, and they often ask if I can craft something for them. So whenever they find something in their home that's useful for crafting and they don't use, I get it. So
Oh, great. That's good. That's not bad, though. That's a good way to get stuff. You were saying that
Yeah.
you got your Misty on a sale kind of thing, a secondhand Misty. And
Yeah,
you
I
got
mean-
it at a good price, so that's great.
you guys have eBay, right?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and we have an additional thing. It's called eBay Kleinanzeigen, which is you don't bid for stuff, just people give out the stuff either for free or like really cheap, and you can just go there and get it.
Oh, okay.
And you can sort by region. I think it's only Germany actually, but you can sort, like, I'm in Munich, so I sort around Munich, and there are different categories for which you can sort. And I often sort for like arts and crafts stuff, and there are a lot of secondhand things. So I'm always very sorry when people ask me where I do get this or that, because actually I get most of my stuff secondhand, so I don't know where it's from.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, and I mean, crafting can be quite expensive, right?
Right.
So yeah, I also had to find a way around that. So yes, but these secondhand stuffs, I mean, they are as good as new. So
Mm-hmm. We have Facebook Marketplace, and it's
oh yeah, I know
people
that.
selling their stuff. Yeah. I
Yeah, it's
don't know
probably
if that's
similar
the
to that.
same. Yeah. And garage sales. You probably don't have garage sales, do you? Or people?
We do.
You do? Okay.
Yeah, and actually in the part of Munich where I live, once a year we have this giveaway for free day. So
Oh,
everyone who wants to participate just puts stuff outside they want to give away for free. And then you can just roam around and get everything for free.
that's probably pretty popular.
Yes, it is. And it's really so much fun because you also get to talk to the people because some stand outside and
Oh, nice. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, my daughter got rid of, sometimes it's kind of just trashy stuff that you don't want, but other people love it, so.
And one man's trash is another man's treasure.
That's exactly right. Do you have any or English idioms like that you'd like to talk about that don't make any sense? There's idioms are so weird and too.
Yeah, actually, I have a stamp set and it has something like laughing a giraffe or something, and I don't get this. And I tried to Google it, but I didn't come to a good conclusion.
It's a laughing what?
Giraffe?
Just
like
a
the animal?
laughing giraffe? Okay.
Yeah, maybe
Well,
I can look at it later and
I'm not
see
sure.
what exactly it says.
That
But
doesn't ring a bell. Ring a bell is an idiom. Doesn't ring a bell with me, but because we do have so many idioms. Does German have that many? Do they have a lot of idioms, plays on words like that? Or is it just straightforward?
I think it's mostly straightforward. I mean, we have
Mhm.
some, but whenever I look for a pun or something to put on a card, I mostly do it in
Right.
English because, yeah, they have better ones.
Right. Mm-hmm. There's so many puns and things like that. And we used to have a kid that would hang out with us from South Korea, and he would use an idiom, and he would use it how he's taking it quite literally, and it was always funny. But there was one, and I'd go, "What? What do you mean? What do you mean?" And he'd say, "I'm going to take that rain check now," because there's an idiom about, "Oh, I'll give you a rain check," meaning we can do it at a later time.
Yeah.
And so he wanted to come over one time. He said, I'd like to cash in my rain check now." And I was like, "What are you talking about? I don't even know what you're saying." And that's what he meant. Bless his heart, he was just trying. His English was a lot better than my Korean, even though he said Korean was really easy.
Vicky Ruda is up, and she
my
just said in the
goodness.
chat that having a giraffe is having a laugh in British terminology.
We're covering
Okay.
all the world tonight.
Okay, thank you very much.
Angela says Spanish has a lot of idioms. My husband is Spanish, I guess, and dry good at both English and Spanish idioms. Okay, my husband speaks Spanish, and he had an old book, like Peanuts, Charlie Brown book, and it was in Spanish, and he would just think that was the funniest thing. He would laugh and laugh at it. And it was like, that isn't that funny. But yeah, languages are wonderful things.
It is.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love puns. Like, I put them on most of my projects.
Oh, that's so fun. So fun. Thanks, Vicky, by the way. That's very good. And congratulations, Adrian, for your first time card. That's so cool. Melissa Hallstopper says, "I enjoy your Instagram. You make the cutest little three-dimensional things. What is your favorite little gift box to give, and what do you put in it?"
Well, actually, my favorite would be the shadow box. I think there's so many fun ways to do it or to cover it. And I really like that I don't need to put anything in it like chocolate or something, but you can like make a tiny diorama out of it. like this one girl from church, she left, so I made her this little quilling cross inside of the shadow box, and was really nice, and she really liked it.
Oh, that's sweet. That's very sweet.
Yeah,
Hope
so
your birthday
shadow
is
box.
Shadow box. I'll have to look that up on your Instagram. I don't know that I've seen that one. Do you use
Oh,
it
really?
a lot
Wait.
then? Maybe I have, but
Wait, I have one that serves as a tiny trash can on my desk right now. These ones.
Okay, all right. Those are cute. So do you give away your things, or do you hand deliver those kind of 3D items then? You sound like you give away your cards quite a bit.
Yeah, I do, but mostly, well, directly I don't send cards so much because postage is enormous in Germany. I don't know how it's in America, but
it's just go about every other month. It seems like right now they're raising rates. And I always ask my girls right there at the best post office in Kansas City, Martin City, I always say, did you get a raise because you raised the rates? And they say, no, we didn't. We didn't. They just keep raising the rates.
yeah. So. And if it's more expensive to send a card than make it, then I don't know if it's...
That's where you draw the line. No more. Yes. Yeah. Look at that she is writing her own. Phenomenal. That's wonderful.
Told you, I love puns.
And Mr. Wheel is just so enamored. He thinks you are the best. He's just so amazed. Look at that. Phenomenal. And your little dial's going to move? It moves?
Exactly. Wait, let's see. It has dried up.
My heart be still.
Okay, it doesn't.
Oh, well.
It kind of stuck, but it will in a second.
Yeah. Whoa, there you go. Ring, ring. That is super. Well, you ended up with some vintage colors.
True. I didn't even realize that, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah, vintage butterfly.
Exactly.
Who knew there was such a category? But you discovered it.
You did up this one really quick.
What do you think, you guys? Was this wonderful to meet this young lady? I think you guys are enjoying her. Are you glad that she stayed up all night? Give her some hearts. She's staying up. Oh my goodness. There they come. Come on, you feisty ants. That's cute. I'm going to walk through my card and tell everybody how I use, thank you guys, how I used those four parameters that were frightening us about an hour ago. I mean, honestly, I didn't know. I was a little bit nervous. I don't usually get nervous, but this one was just like a little bit, I don't know. This one's kind of tough. So we had a spanner card, and I did a traditional spanner card where I have the panels and something spans across it. I have butterfly colors. I went with monarch kind of colors, and maybe there's some red ones. I'm not really sure, but in the right light, I'm sure they are. My centerpiece ends up being a spanner card center, and I put a wheel from our die set right there. So it is actually kind of the centerpiece of the card. And it could be considered a dial, but I also have dials on my stove. So I have sending sweet homemade wishes right there with my my orange apron that I made for my husband almost 50 years ago. And then we've got this, you are a wonderful person. That's my card for $198. Oh, thank you. Ooh-ah. Thank you, Mr. Ooh-ah. Appreciate you. And do you want to walk us through how cleverly you chose your parameters to fulfill?
Yes, absolutely. So my centerpiece is the vintage phone with some flowers that are not in the center, but I have a centerpiece.
Yes, you do.
And the dials, of course, is the phone, and you can kind of actually dial it.
Amazing.
And all the colors, I chose like these pastel colors, which I think are quite butterfly-y. And I did also a traditional spanner card with the 2 balks on the side, and in the center I've got these strips that span
triple
over
spanner.
to the other side.
Yeah, triple spanner. You're right, Ellen Jarvis. I'm thinking Chiefs right there. That's our colors right there. That is wonderful. I think you did beautifully. I love that it's completely different than mine. And I think that gives hope to all those people that want to make a card but are going, I don't think I can. But yes, you can. So while we let you relax just for a second or two, I'm going to tell everybody how they can play because we want them to join us on Craft Roulette's Gallery 198. Well done. Right. Well done. We'll be right back with you. I want you to play. I hope you want to play. This is not that hard. It really isn't. You just have to think it through a little bit. You get a lot of it. There's a lot of inspiration right there in the chatterbox. You can go back to when we were spinning and read some of their ideas. They were wonderful. You can send in a card by Sunday night, including those 4 parameters: spanner, butterfly, centerpiece, and dial. Send that to craftroulette.live. There's a submission form. You just have to fill it out. Tell us if you use something weird or whatever, and we'd love to know how you think. And then you will be eligible for prizes next week, and you will also be featured in our gallery. Again, make it family friendly and handcrafted. We have wonderful, wonderful guests coming up. Heather Telford next week. It will be Australia Day, so we're all over the globe these 2 weeks. Then we get to welcome back Gina Kay. She's just delightful. We're so happy to have her join us for our 200th episode. Bindu. We get to meet Bindu from Crafty Meraki after that. And Crafty Al, who doesn't love Crafty Al? I think this is her 11th time to the show. And then we're going to get to welcome back Daniel West. The dulcet tones of Daniel West will be joining us on episode 203. So glad to... like I said, I don't want to be anywhere else but right here on Friday nights, except maybe at Amanda's. Gosh, that's so cool. We do want to thank our patrons. You guys are keeping us on the air, literally on the air. We thank you so very, very much. We always have room at our patron table for anyone, for someone new. But again, if you can afford $5 a month, we don't want your $5 a month. If you can't afford it, just keep it in your pocket. But if you can, spread a little bit of sunshine our way so we can keep these shows on the air all over the world, making people happy and the world cuter. We would love to have your help. This week, what do we have going on? Oh, we've got the Happy Birthday Card Party Zoom call on Wednesdays. Those are fun. It's at noon Central Time. But we also get our friends from the UK joining us. There's pretty small calls. The Happy Birthday card call and the club fun calls are usually pretty small. It's really a fun group, though. We don't need a lot of people. We have a lot. We talk enough for lots of people. Anyway, you're always welcome to join us as a patron. I know. Let's give away somebody's stuff, shall we? I love this part of the show where we get to give away other people's stuff. Tonight, we are going to start with our original giveaway, a Krog, a Craft Roulette original giveaway, a handmade card with an itty-bitty gift. This does go all over the world. And if you are far away in this world, it will be really, really itty-bitty. Thank you, Cindy Elkins. It's great to have you. She's worth being a patron to just be on a call with Cindy Elkins. She keeps us so entertained. I hope you're feeling better. Jamette. Well done, Jamette. Let me know that you want your Krog. There is a forum on craftroulette.live. Everything's on craftroulette.live. Go over there and claim it right after the spins are done. Make sure you use the same email that you used to send in your card last week because there's a safety feature. So we will know that it's really you. For a goodie bag, this does need to stay domestically right here. And we're going to Dina. She had the cutest darn card this week, too. so fun to send that to you. Make sure you let me know you want it.
Is this for the mega goodie bag now?
Let's do the mega goodie bag. Yes, sir. Bring it. It's a good one. We'll pack it with all sorts of stuff. It's so fun to see over on our Facebook group too, which you are always welcome to join. When people get their goodie bags and they're like, oh, I got all this stuff. Lori Walsh, this does also have to stay just in the U.S. Lori Walsh, congratulations. Please let me know you want your mega goodie bag. Now for a $25 gift certificate to May May Helms. May May made it. She also had a video, thank you Linda Gorman for sharing that somebody had made a fake May May made it account, and they were saying ridiculously low prices, and don't fall for that. Brooke Williams, congratulations. We will get you connected with the real May May account and get that $25 gift certificate to you, but you gotta let me know you want it. And for a $25 gift certificate to This Calls for Confetti, this does have to stay in the U.S., please. We love their products too. They made some cute little cards with a new little coffee set they had. Teresa E., congratulations. We applaud you all. Thank you so much, Spin sponsors, for making this show so much more fun. We love giving away your stuff. Plus, underneath on craftroulette.live, I wonder how many times I've said that just in the last 5 minutes. But on craftroulette.live, there is a section called Associates. You can go to our spin sponsor, and there are links there. Some of them have affiliate links. We appreciate it when you use those. But tell them you found out about them, if you did, from Craft Roulette, so that they know that they're making a wise investment. We appreciate that. So let's get back to Belgium, shall we? There she is. She's still smiling. Look how bright-eyed she is. Germany. Sorry, did I say Belgium? I said Belgium. Bavaria. Okay, I've been saying it wrong all this time.
I mean, it's close.
Yeah, it starts with a B, right? I'm sorry. I appreciate your grace. I'm sorry. I've said your name wrong. I said your country wrong. Don't give me much more personal information. I'll mess it up.
Don't worry. It's so late here, I wouldn't even have to recognize it. So
you can call me Mary Dumb. Not Mary Gunn, but Mary Dumb. So, well, congratulations on making it through. You did beautifully. You made a cool card. You showed us a cool little trick. Make sure you follow her. And what else do you have coming up?
Well, I will start streaming, so you can watch me crafting. The first date I will do it is the 3rd of February, so cool. First Saturday in February. And it will probably Twitch, actually, but I haven't worked it out. But a friend of mine said I can do it simultaneously, so okay, I will figure that out. So it will be on YouTube and Twitch, hopefully.
Very good.
And it will probably be like early in the morning Saturday or midday Saturday at your time, and evening at my time, not in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
But yeah, why. I'd be happy if some people would join me.
Well, we will just do that. I don't think there's a lot of people that know about Twitch in this group. We did.
Yeah, that's why I
Twitch
thought about the
while,
YouTube.
But
yes, we tried Twitch.
Yeah, it didn't go over too well for us, but that doesn't mean it won't go over well for you. And I know Supreme Doom streams on Twitch, and she's one of our watchers. And she's got like a whole bunch of kids too. So she'll I think it's her escape. She goes on, and she used to make her Craft Roulette card on there.
42 Rosie is asking what your Twitch name is, and I'm wondering if you can find it on your Instagram.
I will definitely announce it on my Instagram, but it's the same name everywhere. Katharina, what's the line? Underscore? Thank you. It's Katharina _ Tarta _ crafts.
There you go. Yeah, and Gina K is also on Twitch.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So you can do a little networking on all that. Well, I sure enjoyed you being on.
Thank you. I enjoyed being on, and I enjoyed meeting you and all you guys too. It was so
our
much
pleasure.
fun.
It was our pleasure. And I hope you can recuperate before you have a busy, busy day. Plan a big one right there, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, crafters and craftettes. We are off to the races with episode 198. Fill that gallery, would ya? I just look forward to seeing those dials. It's going to be fun. Thank you so much, Chatterbox, for joining us. I look forward to reading your comments tomorrow. Mr. Producer, I like that new music. I'm looking forward to a little bit of cheer dancing. Katharina, you're a delight. Thank you so very much for taking the extra effort to stay up and join us. I think everybody is now. Just call us Granny. We're here for you. Let us know if there's something we can do.
Okay, thank you, grannies and aunties.
Here we are. Y'all take care, stay safe, and we will see you Tuesday for In Review and next week for Heather Telford. Good night. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Have a good night, everyone.